What I find a lot of people wonder when trying to heal from chronic symptoms and nervous system dysregulation is what to do. What exactly do you do on a daily basis to signal safety and reverse those chronic symptoms? By the way, I apologize. I'm getting over a cold, so my voice is a little raspy, but we're just going to go with it. Allow it, if you will. In this video, I'm going to talk about exactly what it is that I have done for years now to signal safety to my brain, my body, my entire nervous system to reverse chronic symptoms and heal from chronic anxiety, panic attacks, DPDR, MCAS, histamine intolerance, PMDD, hormonal imbalances, endometriosis, and more. And this can apply to you no matter what chronic symptoms it is that you're dealing with. A huge reason that people can stay stuck in survival mode is because they're constantly switching strategies. We've all been there where one day we're meditating and the next day we're panic Googling our symptoms at 2 a.m. and convincing ourselves that we're dying. The thing is that switching up strategies constantly or going back and forth like a pendulum is actually not good for your nervous system. Your nervous system needs consistent repetition to heal. And so once I made the plan of what to do daily to rewire my brain and heal my nervous system, I stuck to it no matter what. So here's the thing. If I had to rebuild my nervous system strategy from scratch, like if I could have picked something to do from the beginning instead of trial and error or trying to figure out what the hell to do in the first place, I'm going to tell you the exact structure that I would follow from the get-go here today. And this is extremely similar to what I use personally and what I teach my clients now. All right, let's get started. The very first thing that I would do on a daily basis, and this is what I do now, is to wake up and not immediately throw yourself into stress. If you wake up and the first thing that you do is grab your phone, scan your body, check what's going on, check Reddit, check TikTok, scroll Facebook or Instagram, Google something terrifying, you're activating your nervous system before your feet even hit the floor. And you might not even be intentionally doing that. You might just be scrolling on social media, but then there's something that triggers you or sends a subconscious message. The very first thing you're going to want to do, no matter what you're feeling, whether it's symptoms or anxiety or whatever, is send your body a safety signal. I'm here, I'm awake, and I'm safe to be here. This could look like taking a simple, deep breath, orienting around the room, just noticing your surroundings. Putting your hand on your chest for a minute. I always liked to start my day with some music. Music really speaks to me. It really brings back positivity into my life. And even in the beginning when I didn't quite feel that, I would play the old songs that I used to love and I would get up and I would start moving and grooving and dancing even when I didn't feel like it. You need something that teaches your brain that we are safe right here and right now. Because if you were really being chased by a tiger, which is what your brain believes when you have those chronic symptoms, you would not be dancing. You would not be taking a deep breath. You would not be orienting yourself to the here and now. Whatever feels right for you, for the first thing to do in your morning routine, stick to it no matter what. Because there's going to be days that your brain tells you, I just don't want to do this. I shouldn't do this. I can't do this. Do it anyways. Now, after you get up, do what you gotta do. Nourish, hydrate, whatever it is that fuels your body for the day. The next thing is throughout the day, this is where the 3 A's method comes in. And if you have no idea what the 3 A's method is, please watch my previous video because I break it down very simple and practical in that video. And it is the core of what's going to change everything for you. Most of the rewiring actually happens with the repetition and consistency with this. Your rewiring actually happens in micro moments, not these huge, expansive breathwork sessions or ice baths or drinking celery juice under a full moon. You don't have to do something dramatic. It's the micro moments that allow the healing to happen. Those moments when your brain starts spiraling during the day, when symptoms come up, and you catch yourself thinking thoughts like, what if this symptom means something terrible? What if I never heal?
What if I'm stuck like this forever?
What if I haven't found the right answer?
What if something is specifically wrong with me that I haven't figured out yet?
What if this isn't going to work for me?
F this, I can't do this, I want to get away from this, I can't stand it anymore.
These are the moments where you're interrupting the pattern. This is where the rewiring happens. So when you get overwhelmed with those symptoms, look at that as an opportunity. Instead of feeding the spiral, You instead introduce the 3 A's. Acknowledge it, allow it, and then adjust your focus. Acknowledge, my brain is trying to protect me right now. Allow, this sensation, feeling, or thought is allowed to be here right now. I can allow myself to feel it. Adjust. I'm going to live my life anyways. I'm going to engage with my life and keep doing what it is that I plan to do for today. This is slowly teaching your brain that you don't need to freak out every time you feel discomfort. We're not going to obsess over our symptoms. That's the old us. We're not going to body check for hours. We're going to learn how to experience these uncomfortable sensations without immediately having to freak out, fix, figure out, or change them. Practice observing your sensations in these moments with curiosity. That feels tight. That feels warm. That feels buzzy. That feels uncomfortable AF. You're teaching your brain that these sensations are not automatically emergencies because they really aren't, even though they're going to convince you that they are. Okay, so the next thing, I would do at least one thing every single day that reconnects me back to being a human instead of a full-time healing protocol person. Because if your entire life becomes monitoring your symptoms, checking if you're okay, listening to healing podcasts, figuring out what to do next, your brain starts organizing your entire identity around this. And that is not who you are, babe. So every single day, do something that even brings you a tiny little sliver of joy or even neutrality, just something that makes you human. Watch funny videos, go for a walk, create, make art, journal about something fun or inspiring, talk to someone, dance like a weirdo in your kitchen. I've done that a lot. Watch the sunset, listen to music, look at the trees and the way the wind blows through the leaves. Your life cannot only exist in the waiting room of healing. The next practice that I made sure that I did daily is I would take at least 5 minutes to just somatically experience what was going on in my body. So I would sit with my body, I'd close my eyes, and I would feel whatever was there. I'd become curious about the sensations wherever they felt the most intense, whether it was from anxiety or pain or whatever it was that felt uncomfortable in my body. I would just sit with it. I wouldn't analyze it. I wouldn't fix it. I wouldn't resist it or try to change it. I'd just let it be what it was. And this takes practice. You will find that your brain will begin coming up with stories, begin arguing with you, begin distracting you, and you're going to pull yourself back into your body and do it again. The whole reason why I built my Brain Body Reclaim audios is to help myself do this, because doing it on your own can be very hard. So being guided through it really helps you retain that attention that you need to somatically experience, all while creating that inner feeling of safety. And then when the evening came, I would write down my glimmers from the day. Now, glimmers are things that happen that are either neutral or they may bring tiny sparks of happiness or joy or make you laugh or chuckle or feel nice. These moments actually happen to all of us, but our brain tends to shove them aside and not really easily notice them. So when you write them down, what you're doing is you're training your brain to focus on these tiny moments of safety more and more, and these become the little threads that help pull you through to the end. These tiny moments really matter. It can be like taking a warm sip of your coffee, finding yourself laughing at a cat or dog video online, the 2 seconds that you forgot about your symptoms, the song that made your heart feel emotional, or your dog acting like you're the greatest person on earth even though you've looked medically exhausted and overwhelmed for the last 6 months. Remember, your brain has been trained to scan for danger, and glimmers help it notice safety too. Healing is not one giant breakthrough moment. Unfortunately, I wish it was, but it's not. It actually takes these tiny little reps repeatedly for a while. And this teaches the nervous system that you are safe enough to stop surviving. And eventually what you're going to find is that those flares become smaller. They don't last as long. They aren't as loud. They space out more and more until eventually they get so quiet that it doesn't even matter anymore. I know this routine sounds too simple. Like, I thought it was something like heavy or really involved that I'm supposed to do to heal, and that's not true. In fact, sometimes adding more to our routine, more to our nervous system, can actually create so much pressure that it backfires on us. We need to keep it simple, consistent, and repetitive. Now, if you're watching this video right now, I want you to comment below and tell me which part of this daily routine do you think is going to help you the most? Or is there something that you've implemented that you've personally found helpful? Because others might read this and it might help them give an idea for their daily routine as well. Now, if you want deeper support and you want something that guides you through this, you can check out my Brain Body Reclaim program. It's a healing audio bundle that guides you. It builds you that container of safety. It teaches you to acknowledge, allow, adjust, and then elevate and feel better. I also have some limited spots for one-on-one coaching, so if you're looking for someone to hold your hand through this for your specific situation, you can check that out in the links below, and you can also find Brain Body Reclaim there as well. Just remember that you, yes, you are capable of healing. You got this.